Alright, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And of course we're here for Psychopaths. Episode 15.
Wow.
Oh, Jacob, it's going down.
It is.
Who's gonna die?
It's been a long time coming.
Someone's dying soon, I can feel it. It didn't die last episode.
But
because
Masaoka is overdue.
Masaoka. I would say basically anyone that's not Akane or Kogami is up for it. I would say Masaoka is the highest on the list.
Right, because we care about him
even
more than...
Even Ganosa could die.
Even Ganosa, yes, but I think Ganosa is going to die after his dad because...
Sure, we can go with the route of Masaoka will die before Ganosa, or Ganosa won't die at all. Logic.
Sure. Yeah. Okay, yeah.
Right. Meaning, like, if Masaoka doesn't die...
They could be
Ganosa
super brutal and make us hate Ganosa's death even more by having Masaoka be the one grieving.
Oh, I didn't think about that.
That would suck.
I didn't think about that at all.
But I don't think they're going to do that.
If they show sudden development for a side character...
Yes.
That's like
Kaguri.
Kaguri, I was thinking of.
Yeah.
But even more so maybe for Kunizuka.
Sure.
Or maybe even their analyst lady.
Yeah, but she's kind of like... She doesn't go anywhere dangerous.
You don't know if their place could get hit.
That's true.
That was the thought I was actually thinking
of. Their headquarters do need to get attacked at
if
some
their
point.
headquarters gets attacked, that's a very good trope that kind of shakes up the heroes of being like, nowhere is safe.
Right.
So
add that with the character death, and oh yeah.
It'd be pretty intense. Alright guys, enough hyping things up. Let's get into this episode and watch it. Okay, here we go.
It's music.
Oh, I love that look in her eyes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's getting real.
Oh, here we go.
And that shot.
That's a good point. They've been really showing us good shots of the city anytime they go up here.
Could they start doing facial recognition for the helmets themselves?
Oh. They photoshopped in a drone going through and not doing anything, and now this is the viral video going around.
Except it did go through.
It did go through.
We're detecting high levels of stress, you know.
Right. Oh my gosh! No,
clearance sale. Everything must go.
They're just giving them away, basically. Holy crap, here we go.
Wow.
Chaos. Oh! Whoa!
Give me your portable terminals and credit cards, and the passwords too, now. Okay, class. We've gathered all the top honor students from this fine institution. Today's lesson won't be easy. Do you realize how unfair it is? You've all got promising futures, and us, we've got shit.
How do they even organize something like this? Oh, what?
This is just
so revolt, guys.
Sick.
They're just killing you one by one.
Why are you doing this?
You monsters! Stop this!
There you go, I guess. You're right. Jeez.
Hey, what's your problem, man?
We saw you earlier. You were wearing one of those helmets.
So you think you can run around causing all kinds of chaos and then just take off that helmet and pretend you got no idea what's going on? No, you've got it wrong. Please, if you don't believe me, just check my hearing.
Oh. This is how it all ends.
Helmet people, the area stress level is shooting through the roof now. We won't let you drag us all into this mess.
That's some backwards thinking.
Yep.
So you're sure our own crime coefficients won't go up because of this, right?
Yeah, don't worry. I saw something online about it earlier. It said if you're acting in self-defense or you're hurting a criminal, then your crime coefficient will actually go down.
Wow.
Oh my gosh, Jacob, did we expect this?
No.
Could we have seen this coming?
Not at all.
Not at all.
I think we're both essentially ordinary people. I suppose you could say that I'm a man of the people.
We are ordinary,
Wow.
It's true, and that's why we're doing all this. It's this town that isn't normal.
The city is like a parody of the sort of novels I used to read when I was younger.
Oh yeah, what kind? Like a William Gibson book?
More like Philip K. Dick.
Ah!
Not well in his work, and not quite as wild as those in Gibson's either. Do androids dream of electric sheep?
Yep.
It's a classic.
It
There's
is.
an old movie based on that, isn't there?
The content's quite different. You should compare them when you have time someday.
Then I'll go ahead and download it right now.
No. Find the paperback. Ebooks lack character.
Got all the same.
Makishima, I'm liking you more and more.
Physical books are more than the words they contain. They're also tools to stimulate your senses and adjust your thinking.
Well, that's discouraging. Why is it every time I talk to you, I leave feeling like there's something I've been missing out on my whole life up to now?
That's just silly.
I sure hope so.
It's almost time.
Should we head out?
I must say I'm surprised.
Why?
It seems too good to be true that an outstanding hacker would like Gibson.
The metropolitan area is now facing an unprecedented crisis.
That was amazing.
Ever since the introduction of the Sibyl system, it has been assumed that mass civilian rioting would be impossible. Because of that assumption, the MWPSB has neither the personnel nor the
Yeah,
ability
seriously.
to efficiently suppress a mob. For confrontations with large crowds, I'm authorizing the use of our emergency electromagnetic pulse grenades.
Oh,
Yeah.
Once the surge current shuts down the helmets, you can use your dominators for normal enforcement action.
How powerful are these grenades?
How many of these grenades do we have?
yeah.
Not very many. If the number in our inventory is accurate, enough to give each officer in this room 2.
This is where Kogami's martial arts skills will come in handy.
Walking this path with you.
And yet you never felt like turning
Whoa.
back, did you?
Because of the Sibyl system. This society thinks we're mad. I say people who are perfectly happy entrusting their lives to some nonsense program are the ones who need their heads checked. These men are believers. They want to see what lies beyond the destruction you'll cause.
Drones all go with them.
Things
Sweet.
are bad on the internet too. Looks like there are a whole lot of false rumors mixed in with the truth.
The media should be restrained, not inciting panic.
But that wouldn't get clicks now, would it? Look
Yeah.
at some of these. The MWPSB is killing people at random.
This is the MWPSB. Stop this violence immediately. Drop all weapons and lay on your stomach with your hands behind your head.
Looks like force is our only option.
Jeez.
Give him another warning.
I repeat, this is the MWPSB. If you don't obey and surrender immediately, we'll use the Dominators. Lay on your stomach with your hands behind your head.
Damn it.
Oh. Because they don't know they have a limited number of those grenades.
Yeah, take one of them.
What's wrong?
These people are victims too.
Yeah, they're average citizens. They wouldn't have turned violent if they hadn't been so afraid.
No, not them. All the people in these helmets. Yeah, they
Right.
broke the law. But they won't stand a chance of real justice with these mobs. They'll be hunted like animals. The masses won't care who did what or the burden of proof. They'll just want revenge. They've
Yep.
been whipped into a frenzy. We should suppose that everything is going exactly as he wanted. And that he predicted the MWPSB's reaction as well.
Sure.
Looks to me like a feint. What if this thing was prearranged so that the riots would intensify at those places just to lure all the CID detectives away
Yeah.
from their real target?
Whoa. Whoa.
Distributed parallel processing by servers installed at various locations around the city. An ideal system of redundancy and fault tolerance that could withstand any
They're
danger.
going to Sibyl.
Those are the
Yeah.
catchphrases the Ministry of Welfare uses to praise themselves in the press. Measuring and analyzing the psychopaths of every citizen requires a great deal of computation. Naturally, it's not possible to coordinate the tasks over a large network without some sort of grid computing in middle. All these processors exchanging data, but none of them actually doing the processing. Then I found something. A single relay point that every communication goes through at least once. If a standalone system the public doesn't know about is carefully hidden at that relay point, and
that one secret machine is managing all of Sibyl's processing and computation, then suddenly it makes sense.
We might be getting the AI.
There are still a ton of mysteries to unravel.
But
like
there's
capacity. If it's really a standalone system, it's exhibiting a throughput that's not possible with existing technology.
Yep. Exactly. That's
and
what.
Then there's the question of why. From a security standpoint, you wouldn't put everything in one place.
Nope. Yep. Absolutely not.
No matter how you slice it.
Unless they have a secret so big, they'd sooner have the whole system collapse than let the public discover.
Exactly.
Yep.
Exactly.
Oh boy.
See what the Sibyl system actually is.
Oh my god.
Back to this facility. Now I understand.
I'm almost positive that the Sibyl system is in there, somewhere inside the Ministry of Welfare's Nona Tower.
Well, in that case, what are you men waiting for? Let's uncover the heart of the great prophetess.
But now that Kogami and them have figured it out, they can get everyone else going back there too.
Attack the Ministry of Welfare's Nona Tower.
Come on! Are you telling me you left your post based on groundless speculation? People's lives are at stake!
But with all the inspectors and enforcers in the field, the government district in the Chuo ward has been left completely undefended. The guard drones are as good as scarecrows against anyone wearing those helmets.
All right, go! Get there first and check it out. The rest of the teams will continue suppressing the riots as ordered. If you find something there, report back to me immediately. Every second.
They should have something of yeah. They should have something too of like if we don't report back in this amount of time, get everyone here.
Yeah. Oh, that cliffhanger! They're killing us now.
So it's totally an AI. Like it's basically like confirmed.
Yeah, but here's the thing, Jacob.
Yeah.
He casually threw away the mention of an AI. His friend. He's like, yeah, that AI is running the disinformation kind of thing, the misinformation thing, which is what they were saying, that he's basically stirring up news on the net with this AI that's self-running it and creating stories and the like.
But there's a big difference between simply an AI, because we have those today, and something that is sentient.
So Jacob, this is something I've been like I talked about in the previous episode.
Yeah.
But the way they do it is you merge humanity and AI.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, what is the one special form of humanity we have in this show? There's only one.
Well, the criminally asymptomatic. Yeah. So they have the brain of a criminally asymptomatic.
It's something merging criminally asymptomatic
with
AI. And the idea is that this is something terrible. Like when he was talking about how this is a secret that they can't let anyone see, anyone know about. It goes to the level to where it presumably shows that the Sibyl system essentially was created with the intent of these criminally asymptomatic people being actually those that would
rule it,
be in charge. Yeah. The only way I could see it not being that is that there's a limited number of people that aren't necessarily criminally asymptomatic, but they are in a certain level of bureaucracy where their jobs and their livelihood depend on it. But this comes into question. Is the Sibyl system defending itself?
Right.
Because if the Sibyl system is deeming people necessary to live on in society, there is the potential. I don't want them to go rogue AI story, but I think there's the potential that whatever this intelligence is will defend itself if its existence is threatened.
Yes.
And that's the kind of thing where things could go very wrong.
Yeah, like, where it just starts setting people's psychopaths to be like...
No. I'm talking about where it just throws the whole thing out. Not talking about protecting the system. Because there's the difference now. We've segregated what the system's arms reach out and do. The sciatic scans, the dominators and all that. But then there's actually what the heart is.
Right.
And, the body has its own self-defense mechanisms to protect germs and stuff.
So here's a question. Do you think there's a possibility that there are drones that already have dominators?
No.
Okay.
No.
That was just something I was thinking of. Like, is there going to come a point where there's going to be basically a third side in this conflict, and the third side actually has like minions or whatever that it can control?
Yes, I think that will happen, but not in the extent that you're thinking.
Okay.
I think that the third faction will be more along the lines of the protagonist essentially becoming the third faction.
Sure.
They're the group that's like, we're not big fans of the way Sibyl system works either. So, what do you think, though, about them revealing potentially what Sibyl system is so early on in the show?
So, here's something that I could see that could be pretty crazy. Okay. What if that part that they have at the beginning with Kogami and Makishima on, it literally in like the Dark Tower?
Right.
What if that wasn't the end of the show?
Oh.
What if the show continues a bit past that?
I think it has to, because they're both still alive.
No, right.
But you're meaning more like 3 episodes.
Like 3 episodes where like something happens in there. Maybe that's where Kogami dies or something.
Sure.
And basically everyone else is trying to stop this thing that Makishima did. Maybe Makishima's dead at this point, right? Maybe Makishima's dead at this point, and they're just trying to basically take down Sibyl.
I don't think they're going to pull the extra boss past Makishima kind of thing. Makishima is the endpoint antagonist. But Sibyl is broken.
Right.
Obviously.
Yes.
I think because Sibyl is not perfect, though, it's not pure AI. That is kind of the giveaway that it's not an AI.
Sure. Okay.
Like, they're talking about the computation level of this thing being just impossible.
Right.
That's where I know it has to have some AI involvement, but that it can't be AI if the system is imperfect.
Right.
Because if the AI is capable of learning, which most good smart AI are. There's a difference between dumb, like even today we have dumb AI all over the place.
Right.
We do not have that many smart AI, but right now YouTubers are experiencing an algorithm which has a semblance, of smart AI in that it is learning, it is evolving, and right now it's causing a lot of problems. It's deflagging.
Yeah.
But that's a flawed, system essentially. But this is something that's doing computation at a level that's not possible according to what we're being exposited towards. But
and Ginoz's boss already made the point of like, if you want a truly perfect system, it needs to have the system, but it also needs to have human oversight.
Yeah, so here's where I'm thinking this is going. I'm full on tinfoil hat here.
Yeah.
Criminally asymptomatic people are those that are actually in charge in society. They're the hidden group that those that those that have actually succeeded in integrating into society and using that get essentially pulled up, and they get recruited into being basically utilized by the Sibyl system.
Okay, this could be a really subtle hint to that extent, like that was dropped way early.
Really?
You know how we're thinking that Akane is criminally asymptomatic, right?
Potentially,
and they've been hinting at that for a long time, and if they reveal it, it won't come as any big surprise. But
they could do it still.
Yeah, they could still do it. They could do something different, whatever. But when she was talking with her friends way early on, they mentioned like, "Wow, your test scores. You can do anything." So that basically means that if she is criminally asymptomatic, the system targeted her, a criminally asymptomatic, as having limitless potential. You can do whatever you want. The world is at your fingertips.
Whoa.
Just saying.
That's really good. So, here's where it can be a little bit interesting. Makishima could unveil the Wizard of Oz, essentially, and look behind the curtain, so to speak. He gets this kind of realization that his whole universe is basically a lie. What does he do? Does he break it?
Or he just reveals the secret to the world, maybe.
Does he reveal the secret to the world? Does he, upon gaining his knowledge, change anything upon his outlook on life? It would be interesting to show him actually take time to factor in this knowledge that he's gained.
That would be pretty cool.
Because if he's a human being, which he is, I'm just saying the point is that he seems sometimes a bit inhuman in his
ability to just be awesomely smart and all that.
Well, yeah, there's aspects of him that kind of are a bit, over the top, but I like it.
Yeah.
The part that would really kind of make me get all excited is, let's say, old lady, for instance, is already like, she knows that like potentially this is where the problem is.
Yeah.
So she's got like a whole like crew of criminally asymptomatic people with real guns and like all kinds of stuff, and they're there defending it. And she's like, this is the real problem here. And she gets it from Ganoza, and Ganoza's like, they're going to check on the tower. And she's like, no, go. Your orders are to go through the streets and stuff. Because she doesn't want them to stumble into Makishima's group that has the people with the helmets. Yeah. And then she goes, Makishima, my son, come into my bosom and be joined with the Sibyl system. Like, come and be a part of what we're creating here.
Okay. And
like, you are worthy. And Makishima's like, oh, this is disgusting.
Yeah.
But color me interested. What are you talking about?
Right. Now, okay, here's something that I find very interesting. The way they've set up the story, and I think we've mentioned this before, is that they're very much setting up the story as if it's Makishima's story and he's the main character. And Akane and everybody else, they're just observing it. They're just tailing after him and all that. Which, okay, if you want to write a great villain or a great antagonist or whatever, that is how you do it.
Right. So they should be the protagonist from their perspective.
Now, all right. Tinfoil hat time. Let's take that a bit further.
Okay.
If Makishima is the main character of his story, if he is the protagonist of his story, doesn't the protagonist usually win?
Yes, well, I think that's the whole point of the reason why this show is so popular.
Right.
Is Makishima wins somewhat.
Right.
And but that's kind of obvious.
Well, yes,
right?
but I think the thing
he could win totally.
Right.
And we don't know what total victory even means for him, which I guess is good, so it leaves it kind of antsy about, well, he could win.
Right.
But I think they're still going to go with the route of, no, he's only going to somewhat win.
Well,
not all the way.
Well, and here's how it could happen. If the thing I said earlier about there being maybe like 3 episodes after the whole Dark Tower thing with Kogami and Makishima, what if Kogami and Makishima both die or something like that? Makishima dies, but he basically reveals the secret that the Sibyl system has, how internally fundamentally flawed it is.
Right.
And that becomes known. Because of that, even though he dies, even though maybe he had some greater plan that he wanted to do and didn't succeed, he still wins because he completely took down the Sibyl system.
So,
or at least, made it so that other people will want to take it down.
So, unfortunately, the existence of a second season kind of ruins that whole theory. To an extent, it's unfortunate that we know Psycho-Pass has a second season.
Yeah, it's like the tiniest things can, in a way, be spoilers.
Right, because Psycho-Pass having a second season basically tells us that the Sibyl system won't be completely destroyed.
Unless it's like Code Geass's third season, where it never should have happened and the story was actually resolved so perfectly with a nice bow on top. And the second season is just like sort of undoing the stuff of the first season,
No, that's just not going to happen.
No?
Like, I just don't see that happening. It seems like, if anything, Psycho-Pass Season 1 is moving towards that place where it's getting at the itch that people have in general when they go into social commentary type stories.
Yes.
They go, yes, the system is flawed. There's something wrong. And they have a character as an antagonist that's very easy to, at the very least, understand.
Right.
But also has a very compelling argument for this specific context.
Yeah.
But one of the problems that happens is, in this instance, Psycho-Pass got a second season, is that the whole premise thing was what they felt was like the winning factor of the story here, when it's actually not. Like, the premise works so well in combination with the story told on a consistent basis through these characters. And I'm guessing the second season was kind of that, like, reboot,
tried to
re-sequel, rip off the wrong things kind of thing.
I could totally see that.
Back to this episode. We have a serious problem. Like, the protagonists are screwed right now.
They are.
The only thing I could see basically making things redeemable is that the revelation of what the Sibyl system actually is kind of slows Makishima down. Like, think about how fast he's been moving the last few episodes.
Sure, okay.
What if it's just like nothing like he expected? Like,
all right, yeah, because they could have anywhere from like 7 to 10 more episodes.
Yeah, so with it being something potentially that he could, never have theorized or expected, we could go even I say this because remember I called Makishima potentially a government experiment.
Yeah.
And this is a crazy theory. Like I'm going into really bad theory, Jacob.
I think I can see where you're going.
Makishima was made by the Sibyl system to basically unmake and remake the Sibyl system. Like, Makishima's whole thing, like, no.
Okay, yeah.
If we have something with the computing AI power combined with people, no, this is the dumb theory. This is not going to happen. But what if? What if?
All right.
That he was basically causing all of this so that Sibyl essentially could do the I'm now going to just take over everything.
Okay.
And it's seeing that as a way for its own survival in that it realizes it's a flawed system.
It has a
and
life
Makishima realizes he is just another pawn in the system, and it just drives him crazy, like anger. Not like, I can't believe this happened, and I am so angry at myself. It's no, I'm gonna burn the Sibyl system.
Yeah.
And then he declares all-out war. He gets beaten back, and then it's more of a thing of his final act is just to destroy this whole place. And it kind of ends a little bit stereotypically with kind of a bomb and
which is why we know that that's not going to happen.
But there's elements of it that I could see happening.
Okay.
The whole bomb thing I think actually is quite plausible.
Really?
Yeah. The whole I'm going to blow up the Sibyl system. The only way you can stop me is if you kill me without a dominator. If you don't do that, the Sibyl system will break and I'll win. If you kill me, the Sibyl system, will be done for anyway, effectively. You'll have started a chain reaction of events that can't really be undone.
Sure.
Because this is all going to end with someone deciding whether or not to kill Makishima without a dominator. That's just how this has to end.
Exactly.
Because Makishima could be put in prison. But they're not going to.
No, they're not going to.
Kogumi's whole arc is that he will kill Makishima.
And probably die trying.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. He could live. He could live, but I don't think he has to.
He's going to go the namesake of his character
Whoa, spoiler.
I know.
Spoilers.
I'm not going to say anything. Because,
anyone who's been watching our reactions, Jacob, already knows who you're talking about, though.
Well, but then it doesn't matter.
Maybe they forgot.
Yeah, exactly.
Who knows? Okay.
But Kogumi gonna die.
Kogumi probably gonna die.
Yeah.
No death flags for anyone this episode.
No.
Maybe Kagari because he's in the car with them.
Yeah, I thought that was interesting. Usually
they didn't have Masayoka.
Yeah, usually Masayoka goes with them.
Or Genoza.
Well,
actually, I think Genoza's an inspector, so he had to go with another group of two. He had to go with
the other group of two, but I think usually Masayoka goes with them.
Yes.
Because he
doesn't like Genoza doesn't like having him be with him.
Exactly.
Hey, maybe this is an example of the fact that they're willing to talk more about being, father and son, and maybe gonna work things out a little bit.
That's possible.
I think that's
also, if anything, that could be a death flag for Masayoka because that way he can die while Genoza is there.
I think actually, if anything, we either got no death flags this episode or a very tiny one for Kagari.
Yeah, probably because he's. Oh, well, actually, yes, that totally makes sense because they're about to go into the Dark Tower. They randomly bring this other side character that hasn't been developed very much compared to the others.
Right.
Into this place where
it's the belly of the beast, guys.
Yeah,
this is where the hero basically comes out with either the scar or victory.
Or just comes out and falls over dead.
Well, no, I'm talking about the hero, so I'm talking about Akane.
Well, okay, yeah, Akane's,
And the scar would probably be Kogumi dying.
Right.
Or her essentially forever tainting her psychopath.
Yeah.
It would this is how they could win. She is probably the only one that could kill Makishima without a mask. If they reveal that she is criminally asymptomatic.
Right.
And she goes, I don't care. I have my own free will. I choose this.
Yeah.
You need to die.
Mm-hmm.
She chooses it. Her psychopath goes up. She goes to kill him.
And
she willingly brings it back down. That would be a beautifully sad way to end the story.
It would be.
But it would work.
Now here's something. So Kogumi brought one of the helmets.
He did. I saw that. I was like, oh, I know what you're thinking.
So here's my prediction. Yeah. He's going to put on the... Because his Psycho-Pass is at 280, right?
Yeah, that's a good point.
So he's going to put on the helmet. He's going to do lots of crazy stuff with it because, you know, he has to and he doesn't want to
He's going to be a badass next episode.
Yeah, he's going to be a badass and it's going to be awesome. But the problem is there's going to come a point where he has to take the helmet off or it gets deactivated by the EMP grenades.
Yeah.
And when that happens, his Psycho-Pass will still have gone up. Unless it overrides the somatic scans so that way... anything you do during that time also won't increase your Psycho-Pass.
I think the Psycho-Pass is reading biological stuff. So if the effects of having done those things is still is residual within his body,
at the very least it'll be in his memory.
Yeah, his memory, his brain chemistry, all
even
that
if
stuff,
it doesn't pick it up when it actually happens.
He could have like a 400 Psycho-Pass or something like that.
Potentially.
Instant lethal termination. That would be another way that they could delay this whole thing. Is Makishima's like, oh, you're going to judge me. I'm the one that's saving this world. But look at your friend there. And she points over to Kogami. And she's like, Kogami, take off the mask. And it's like, no.
Yeah.
And his Psycho-Pass is like 800.
No.
I'm just saying, like, what if Kogami is there in front of
plastic making, like, mutilation
I know.
had, like, 450
I know.
or something.
The point is that we haven't seen Kogami actually look at Makishima in the eyes.
That's true.
If they were actually like
actually see him face to face,
right? If they actually look at each other and stuff, we don't know how Kogami will react. If he will be rational.
I get the feeling the first time Kogami actually sees Makishima will be that scene from the first episode.
Okay,
I could see that happening.
So maybe. Oh wait, that's a good point. They're going into a tower.
Yeah, and
they
we
don't
saw
know where
Makishima walking down a set of spiral stairs.
Right, but they won't know where Makishima is.
Right. Oh,
if they split the party, I swear
okay.
This is what I'm seeing coming.
They are going to because in that flashback,
Kogami was the only one.
Kogami was the only one there, and he did not have the helmet.
Yeah.
So of course he wouldn't have the helmet because that'd be a bit strange, but. There is literally like no reason for them to split the party.
But they're going to.
They're totally going to.
They could get forced apart. It could be like that squad of guys he's got there.
Oh, okay.
What if they actually physically like split them up? And Kogami maybe does the dumb heroic thing where he's like,
I'm just going to go after Makishima. You guys stay back here, even though you can't fight and fight off the 8 trained military dudes.
No. I'm saying that he makes a bunch of them chase them, and he kills like 3 or 4 of them on the way.
Sure, he leads them off or whatever.
Yeah. While they go after
Makishima. No. Kogami goes after Makishima with the guys trailing him.
Oh, they go after
the AI whatever thing or the hacker guy. Yeah, but they basically go after Sibyl.
I would love to see Akane actually look into this building, like once they get inside it, and have her almost instantly know, oh, it makes sense for Sibyl to be here, or maybe Kaguri actually like. Thinking about this, with his own skills and stuff, maybe he's actually the one that determines where Sibyl is, and him being the one to go to that spot is what is the reason why he dies. Is he sees something?
Yeah.
Oh God, that I can see it. Kaguri walks in. He sees something he shouldn't have. Maybe even Makishima like enters a room.
Yeah.
And he just kind of goes, "That's beautiful." And then we never see it. We don't see it.
Sure.
And then Kaguri comes to the same room.
And his eyes just go wide.
And his eyes just go wide.
And red splat.
No. And then just bullet, back of the head.
Oh,
explode.
I wasn't going to say that. I was going to say that Executioner Dominator just...
Oh. Like, because you've seen Sibyl now, it's just going to manually spike your Psycho-Pass and just kill you.
Yeah.
Oh,
and that's why Makishima just goes in there and he's like, it's beautiful, because it's like pointing at you with the Dominator thing. Oh, okay, you're good, because maybe like there's some hidden subroutine in there where if you ever actually see the heart of Sibyl, that automatically spikes your Psycho-Pass because now you know the secret, you're a danger to society, right? Yeah. But whereas with someone like Makishima, it doesn't work because his Psycho-Pass always stays at
to an extent, Jacob, it's just a computer thing. So they could make the Psycho-Pass number be artificially induced to be higher.
That's true, because I think it's the idea that the somatic scans themselves don't work. But if we're talking about some hybrid
special like
AI thing, right.
Wouldn't it be actually really sick? I know we're just rambling here, but like, wouldn't it be really cool in a really twisted way if whoever's in charge of Sibyl, like if there's criminally asymptomatic people that are a part of Sibyl, or if there's like a brain person cyborg thing like melded together with it, that it basically can just point at someone and like determine you're no longer useful, and it completely just kills them.
Okay, so do you remember when we first saw Gnosis' boss?
Yes.
The very first time.
Yeah,
we saw her eyes and we thought, is she a cyborg?
That's true.
But
no, that was the heads-up display for the Dominators. Remember their eyes go blue when they're looking into the Dominators like HUD? Yeah. But I think that does mean they have chips in their brain, though.
That does mean
they have heads-up displays on their eyes.
Something. But okay, if that thing about Gnosis' boss being a robot is true, they can't replicate the brain, right? From what the dude said that was the cyborg hunter guy, right? He's like, I'm waiting until they replicate the brain.
Information.
But
they can't.
Yeah, they can't. But it could be a robot, full robot without a brain being controlled by Sibyl. Because, also notice, so she's Gnosis' boss, right? But they said that was a gathering of all Sibyl personnel or whatever in the area. Why was she the only one there in any kind of like authority situation? What if she's not Gnosis higher up? She's actually like the head administrator person.
The whole system itself reeks of just disgusting stuff. Because one, you're right. It's either just a kind of a cliche that there's just the one character we know that will actually give the briefing and stuff.
Yeah, like the elusive man or something like that.
Yeah, exactly. But the fact that they have like almost no personnel involved with the whole thing is kind of a sign of, what happens when you accelerate towards the singularity with AI. You don't need people working these types of jobs.
No, you don't.
But like the fact that they have like one person who's actually in charge of the whole program is idiot. It's like it's asinine.
Yeah.
So there's obviously other people, but those people can't be presented publicly, and that's why I think that criminally asymptomatic people form either some kind of like council or that there's one perfect one. And that one is like merged with the AI. I'm getting like Ghost in the Shell vibes, dude. Like my heart's beating. It's so good.
See, that's much better than what I was thinking. I was thinking that I wasn't actually thinking about this. But, what if there was some crazy Shinji Ikari stuff with Akane where she gets to the head AI and it's like, all right, now you must decide the fate of humanity or whatever.
Please don't do that. This is not Gynax.
Yeah,
this
I know.
This is not Gynax. Ugh.
I just had to.
I mean, to be fair,
say that random thought.
To be fair, I can't diss Evangelion's ending completely, but the idea is that no, this is not Gynax. It's not going to end that way. If anything, I am always worried about shows like this ending averagely.
Yes,
I think that's the only thing that this show could go wrong here. The ending will not be bad. I know that, but it could just be average. It's like, oh, it ended.
Yeah.
Okay. But and we might actually want to watch the second season in a trick of our brains, thinking like, but we want more.
Except here's the thing, Caleb. What was that like top 100 most influential anime in Japan or whatever?
Yeah.
Wasn't Psycho-Pass like number 19?
Yeah.
Like it's gonna have a good ending.
It's gonna have
it's gonna be good.
I think that the ending's good parts will be primarily focused around Makishima and Akane.
Yeah.
I really want them to have an actual talk with each other.
Yes.
Not at the end of Guns. Because,
well,
they could have it, but I want the talk to actually go on. Because here's the thing. The more and more they bring this show up, Akane is a mirror of Makishima.
Totally.
It's not Kogami.
Nope.
Kogami is nothing like Makishima. Nope. Akane was given basically the golden ticket by Sibyl.
Yeah.
And she decided she wanted to help people.
Right.
She wanted to maintain the way things were because she believed in it.
And
Makishima probably could have gotten all of that as well.
Oh, and
but he saw the corruption of it. He saw the flaws in it, and he wanted to do everything he could to destabilize it.
Right.
And now they're going to come to a head, and their ideals need to clash.
They do.
I need them both to learn things from each other.
They've already clashed once before.
Yeah, but that was mostly just Makishima treating her as like a his student.
Right.
Now, and I will teach you the ways of your flawed systems. You know.
Now, here's something I want to point out. They are getting into Endgame material right now, and so far, only the main character has ever actually seen Makishima face to face, and that was just once.
True, but what's your point?
That is very impressive that they can build up a villain like this and build up the sort of the hunt for the villain.
But we've seen him a lot.
We've seen him a lot. Yes, that's very
how they
true.
did it.
Yes, so if this was in like a book or something like that, it totally
speaking
wouldn't
of
work.
books. Speaking of
yes,
books,
yes,
Philip K. Dick.
That was amazing. That was just
guys,
beautiful.
I'm not a huge fan of Philip K. Dick as a person, but I love Philip K. Dick's books. So one of the things, though, with Philip K. Dick's stories, and this is kind of interesting, is that he is, let's just say, he loves pulling the rug out from under people with regards to reality. And Psycho-Pass is apparently, this story, according to Makishima, is playing out like a parody of a Philip K. Dick novel.
And that could be a totally tongue-in-cheek comment
foreshadowing
by the creators.
Yeah, it's the creators basically saying, so prepare to have the rug pulled out from
and then
under
anyone
you.
who isn't familiar with Philip K. Dick, they'll be like, oh, they don't see what's coming.
Yeah, they don't see what's coming. So Philip K. Dick has a bunch of things that involve, time travel, alternate realities.
So many of his books has been turned into movies.
Well, yes, absolutely. But I want to take a look at the alternate reality option here. This is not going to be a split universe or anything like that. But take Sibyl system and equate that to reality, right?
Okay.
The idea is that Sibyl system, as it is not what it is. So, as people perceive the Sibyl system, that's not actually what it is.
Okay.
It is not a computation of things going through and judging people's psychopasses.
Okay.
Here's the thing I actually think is kind of interesting, that they really went in with this hacker kind of expositing what the Sibyl system could be.
And by the way, that was fantastic exposition. Like it was very heavy exposition, and it went for a while, but it was so good, it was so relevant, and it didn't take too long. It was very efficient.
So let's examine what we know of the Sibyl system and throw it all away.
Okay. Kind of like Kogami did with the plan.
Yes.
Okay.
The idea is that the Sibyl system is the Dominators, the Somatic scans, the Psionic scans, and the the what's it?
Okay.
The cameras.
Yeah.
Yes? So the drones or something.
Right.
But if we take all that away, what is left? Because I actually think we're getting to a place where they're actually going to reveal that it's not as all powerful as they make it out to be.
Sure.
Because it either is all crazy powerful and it's this super AI merged with human things
that's already taken over humanity.
Yeah, or it's just something else. What if it would be this sick thing? I mean, really, think about this.
Okay.
What if the Sibyl system is basically a lie? No one is being controlled; they're just being monitored. The idea that people are being given things where it's the Dominators are all right, does this person die or something like that? There's minor computer stuff running that. Minor computer stuff. But we actually get down to a point where it's just people. People saying all right, what's going to happen today? Sibyl will have its next meeting number 4051. I'm thinking we go, wait, what?
Where it's just a board meeting of 12 people with
I'm serious.
And they're all calling in remotely with numbers above their
No, I'm serious. Maybe they have something about them that has been hinted in a previous episode that makes them really intelligent. I could see that being a thing.
Sure.
But the more and more I think about it, Makishima, if he's the main character, I feel like he's about to meet his father and have a Darth Vader Luke moment.
Yeah.
And the Sibyl system, the more and more I thought about the government experiment thing, is that Sibyl actually made Makishima this way.
Okay.
And Makishima is going to have to wrestle with the fact that the system he hates is actually his progenitor, his procreator, the one that influenced his life so that he would end up in this place.
Well, all right. I like the idea. Here are the potential problems with that.
Oh, I know there's a ton of problems with it.
Well, because
I'm just saying, taking the Philip K. Dick thing and extrapolating to the umpteenth degree.
Assume that everything right now is an incorrect perception of what's going on.
Right, which is what a Philip K. Dick novel basically is.
Yeah. And by the way, I absolutely loved Makishima's little bout of talking about how like ebooks just aren't the same.
It's true, guys.
they aren't. Believe it, a psychopath said it.
Jacob and I are willingly agreeing with this mass murderer psychopath person because he's talking about books.
Oh yeah,
and he's right. He's absolutely right.
Yes.
When you have that new book, or even that old book, that book you're so familiar with
the faded edges, and
you've reread it so many times, you recognize the smell and the turn of each page, the weight,
all those little crease marks in the corner where you folded the page to mark your spot over the years.
You sick savage! Hey, how could you do that?
It just means it's well loved.
Yeah, I don't buy into that.
Yeah.
If you don't buy into that, talk about it in the comments. Or let's find out who does. Are you a creaser or not a creaser?
Do you use an actual bookmark? But that whole scene was just so funny. Like,
yeah. I mean,
oh boy,
it was a bit self-aggrandizing. Like he just kept rambling about it. But
yes,
to an extent, you're supposed to feel like his buddy, the cyborg, and that wow, that's disappointing. Why does it always feel like whenever I talk with you, I've missed out on something in life all this time up until now? And he's like, no, that's silly. Don't say that. I'm just thinking about the possibilities of an android that actually likes William Gibson. Like, that was his leaving comment. It was like, Makishima, was that humor?
Yeah.
Like, you... But then I guess the question is, do androids really do dream of electric sheep? He should ask.
Yeah, he'll get that chance soon.
Right.
But wow. This episode is just so good.
Yeah, I don't think we can go any further without me just saying more stupid,
we've
stuff.
already been doing a bunch of tinfoil hat theories.
They have to draw out this whole tower thing.
They do. Or they need to have something where it goes past it. And
I still think there's going to be 5 episodes here with this whole arc.
I absolutely. But then that means they can still have 2 to 5 episodes
later.
After.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is pretty crazy.
It's really crazy.
Yeah.
Maybe they do actually capture Makishima, and then Makishima's contingency plan goes into effect.
Yeah.
And then they need him.
I feel like they with where they're at right now, Makishima has had so much amazing dialogue with his peons, right? But we need to have awesome dialogue between the main characters and Makishima. We need to have a lot of that. So whatever happens, they're going to set it up for that to happen. What if Makishima ended up joining, they ended up capturing him and using him for help to take down Sibyl or something?
Whoa, guys. Okay, this is the stupidest theory, but it sounds so good.
Okay.
Makishima was created to be the next person connected to the Sibyl system. He was made to be the next evolution of the Sibyl system. That's how he wins.
That's some Evangelion stuff.
Now, I know, but that's the kind of, crazy theory that says, I'm like, wait a minute, what if...
He gets there and there's just a little boy saying, I am the solution.
No. Where they basically say, you will get to influence the direction this society goes.
We just have to cut out your brain.
Yeah, it's pretty dark, but I could see it being a thing where Makishima never dies, essentially. He's the antagonist that never truly dies.
Okay, if
he transcended this whole thing and became the system that he hated, and all the while actually changing it in such a way to make it better. And then maybe the plot of season 2 is that Makishima's merged body with the Sibyl system starts to cause problems. So it's like Makishima is the villain, but he's not, because...
If they do that, that would be such an extreme way to make the villain, win.
Right?
That,
If they can pull that off in 8 episodes,
if they
can
actually pull that off, they almost owe it to themselves to do it just to be able to say that they did. Because I don't think anything that audacious has been done in storytelling that I am aware of without making it just seem like an acid trip. Yeah. I mean,
Evangelion
or Serial Experiments Lane or something like that.
I don't even know what that is.
Yeah.
Anyway, okay, I'm done with theories. Do you have anything else to say?
No,
I think nothing can beat what I just.
Oh my god.
So, guys, again, we're heading towards the end. Please, no spoilers in the comments.
Yes.
Even if there are, our moderators are going to eviscerate your comments and mercilessly destroy them. But we would love to discuss with you about the social commentary stuff.
Yes,
about this episode in particular. About all that stuff. This is probably one of our favorite shows that we've ever seen. Pretty high up there.
It's so good.
Because this is the kind of stuff Jacob and I really like. So, if you want to see the next episode, go check out our Patreon with the early access option, and maybe chat with us in Discord.
Yeah, because there's a lot of stuff to talk about.
A lot of stuff to talk about in there as well. And we'll see you again next time. But until then, with semblance of sanity, I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all next time.